Look at you, so prim and proper on the surface. Who would ever suspect the hellcat that lurks within? I have to admit that you've surprised me, Elizabeth. I seem to have underestimated you.
Are you having any pain?
Of course, that insipid Emily clone has only herself to blame for Nicholas's wandering eye. She played him abominably from the start. And she didn't count on you waiting in the background, ready to console Nicholas with sex at the first opportunity.
You know, I am so glad to see having a mysterious, life-threatening illness hasn't mellowed you one bit. Helena, you can think what you want. You can say what you want. Nobody's going to believe your insane rantings.
Except that I'm telling the truth. And we both know it. You know, you remind me so much of Laura.
Laura?
A craven manipulator posing as a paragon of virtue, leaving emotional destruction in her path.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I watched her. I watched her drive my sons to distraction, pitting brother against brother just to win her faithless heart. Laura toyed with Stefan and Stavros the same way you are toying with Nicholas and Lucky. Oh, Lucky, the poor fool, eyes shimmering with loyalty and trust. Can you imagine the devastation when Lucky learns that he is being doubly betrayed? His one true love sleeping with his brother. Might be enough to send him reeling back into addiction hell.
Shut your mouth, or I will shut it for you.
What did I say?
Looks like I got here just in time.
Luke, join us. Though you might find our conversation both fascinating and illuminating.
Is Lucretia Borgia spitting up poison at you, Elizabeth?
No, I'm fine.
Elizabeth and I were just discussing the illusion of morality. Now, a pretense that you and I would not waste time on.
Very esoteric.
No, it's really quite simple. Say that there is one man that I want to marry for reasons that are, well, somewhat, yes, esoteric. But there is a catch. You see, there's someone else that I really want in my bed. So you see, moral dilemma. Something that Elizabeth, I'm sure, knows a bit about.
You know, Helena, I know that you don't grace many hospital beds with your acerbic wit, so here is a little tip. It's not wise to piss off the medical personnel, standing by your bed with scalpels handy and needles and radioactive isotopes that could be injected into your IV line.
Oh, Elizabeth and I are old adversaries. Well, sparring is our means of communication, right, dear?
Leave her alone. Spar with me. That's what I'm here for. Do your worst.
So gallant and so protective. You might not be so quick to jump to Elizabeth's defense. If you knew what I know.
Look, I appreciate the concern, but I won't be dragging you into the middle of any Cassadine wars anytime soon.
Look, I'm just saying that you can depend on me. Nicholas, I'll stand by you against anything, anyone. Including scary Cassadines who eat women like me for lunch.
I hope you had better luck convincing Nicholas to send Helena back to Greece where she belongs.
That's his call to make.
I need her here at the moment. Why? To get information on this long-lost uncle of mine. You know you can't trust anything she says. She'll probably tell you exactly the opposite of what you need to know. She's just looking for a way back in, and you're standing there holding the door wide open
But she's the only source of information I've got right now.
I'm strongly suggesting you find somebody else. Because if you let her back in, it's you who's going to unleash hell on all of us.
Hey. Hi. Oh, hi. Thank you so much for meeting me here.
I am swamped. This case in Philadelphia is taking all of my time. I was barely able to clear one day to fly back and check in at the office, and I'm kind of sorry I did because the paperwork that is piling up is just staggering.
Will anyone be joining us?
No, it's just you and me. It's just us girls. Oh gosh, there's so much to catch up on. It's just been weeks. Of course, I want to know how you're doing, how you're recovering from that horrible incident at the carnival. Can't say I was sorry that Andrea Floyd was flattened, but
Max is fine.
Excuse me?
Max. Remember Max? The one you're waiting for and the reason why you asked me to meet you here instead of at the office?
I wanted to buy you a drink. And if Max happens to walk in either alone or, in that company of that career climbing ADA with bad shoes, well, then it will give me the chance to ignore him completely, as he thoroughly deserves. Okay, look. Are you certain that Max is completely recovered from being hit by that car? Because when I got that message from Milo, it said there was a chance of spinal damage. And Max has always been so flexible and strong, and the thought of that big lug being permanently impaired. What am I saying? I couldn't care less about Max G and Betty. I mean, not that I wish the man ill, but, it is completely, irrelevant to me who or what he does or doesn't do.
So I've seen Max, at Sunny's quite a few times because I go over there a lot now since Sunny and I are co-parenting.
Right. And how is Chrissy?
Some days are better than others. You don't want to know about Christina. Come on, you want to talk about Max, so let's talk about Max. Max is fine emotionally. He's a little somber.
Define somber. Are we talking about sort of, mildly down in the dumps, or is his heart... Diane, what did you do to the poor guy? Me?
Yes.
Me? We were having a perfectly lovely celebratory encounter, and Max fabricates a fight, uses it as an excuse to go running off to the carnival, where apparently he saves Louise Addison's life. And I haven't heard from him since. She is younger and prettier. She doesn't dress as well, but she makes him feel like a hero. Let's face it, Alexis, I've been dumped.
Are you finished here, Nurse Weber, medically speaking?
Yes.
What's the verdict?
There's no change in her vitals.
Well, then I'm sure you have other patients to take care of. If you don't mind, this one and I have a few things to discuss.
Well, what's wrong, dear? Hesitant to leave me alone with Luke in fear of what I might reveal?
Nothing you say can hurt me.
Can you see it? Well, the halo is a tad crooked and slightly tarnished.
Oh, stop it. Go ahead, Elizabeth. I'll take it from here. I'm starting to think that saving her life was a gross mistake.
What? You would kill me for the high crime of telling the truth about that mealy-mouthed little betrayer? Elizabeth Weber Spencer, whatever she calls herself, is a far cry from the angel she purports to be. Well, you may not be interested in what Elizabeth has done, but I guarantee you, Lucky will be.